Hello students, welcome to Pandey Economics classes. And from this video we are going to start the very new chapter, and this is the second last chapter of Indian economic development, and the name of the topic is, or we can say the name of the chapter is environment and sustainable development. Children, before discussing the topic in this video, let me remind you the topic we have covered in the last video. So children, in the last video we have covered the topic that was infrastructure. In that chapter we discussed about the social infrastructure and economic infrastructure. We also discussed about the emerging challenges related to economic infrastructure and social infrastructure. After completing that chapter, we are now going to start the environment and sustainable development. Children, the subject matter in this video which I am going to discuss with you are already written, but what is we are going to discuss in this topic, let me tell you. So children, as the name suggests, in this topic we will discuss about the environment, what is the meaning of environment, what is the degradation of environment, and why do we need to care about our environment. So children, from the exam point of view, this topic is also very important because these topics are theory based, or we can say Indian economic development, the whole book is theory based. Concept is given there related to economics. So children, it takes time. Because of that, I have divided the whole topic in smaller videos so that you can get the knowledge related to all the points without getting bored. And watching the video on Pandey Economics classes, children, will give you the crystal clear of the concept and doubts. After completing, children, all the chapters, I will discuss with you some important points or some revisionary videos also you will be find on Pandey Economics classes. So children, without wasting, let's get started. Children, first of all, let me tell you what is the meaning of environment. So children, I must know that you have already studied in 9th class, 10th class, and in few parts of science also. So you already know what is the meaning of environment, but according to the economic point of view, the environment is something different. But from the point of view of science, children, environments, the surroundings where we live, including all the biotic and abiotic elements. So children, biotic elements means animals, creatures, plants, etc., and non-abiotic means the non-living things which are important for surviving on the earth, like soil, water, or we can say air, sunlight. So children, these are the important elements for sustenance of the life, or we can say surviving on the earth. So including all these, children, consist the environment. So it is the definition of science, but let's see what is the definition and what is the meaning of according to environment. So children, either you read the meaning of environment according to science or according to economics, both are same meaning, but only the difference between these two different concepts is that environment according to economics is what is the economic value, what is the economic value of environment for the life of or for the economy. So let's see. So children, you see, environment is defined as all those conditions. Okay children, environment includes all those conditions and their effect, right? What are the conditions and what are their effects which influence human life, right? All the things which influence human life, it is the sum total of surroundings and the totality of resources that affects our existence and the quality of our life. So anything which increase our quality of life, or all these resources which affect our existence on the earth, so including all are which are available, our surroundings are known as environment. So children, resources or surroundings includes all the biotic and abiotic element which I have already discussed with you. So children, this is the very simple definition of environment. For more clearance, I have written some more points related to the definition of environment. Let's discuss these points also. So children, according to the Environment Protection Act 1986, children, as you know that environment play a very important role for the surviving on the earth or for the sustenance of the life on the earth. So and because of increasing population, right, of the whole world, I'm not talking about the India only, I'm talking about the whole world. So increasing population of the whole world, we have started the exploitation of the natural resources faster than that they replenished or they re-emerged. So because of that they have started depleting, right? And we already know that the environment is very important. Without environment we can't survive on earth. So government or the global economist or thinker have started to protect the environment. So according to the economy in different countries, different policy has been started. India also has started. So India first of all form an act. It's the to protect the environment. The act is known as Environment Protection Act 1986. So we can say that this act was enacted in 1986 to protect the environment, and its name is Environment Protection Act 1986. As the name suggests, this protection was enacted to protect the environment. It includes living or biotic. So children, here see, living and biotic have same meaning, right? Biotic, biology, you already know. So it includes living or biotic elements as well as non-living or abiotic elements which make up our surroundings. So children, see, our surroundings consists of living or non-living elements that affect our existence and the quality of our life. So these lines are same, children, don't need to be confused, right? So these are the definition of environment. After that, children, I have written some examples. What is the example of biotic or living elements? So children, biotic or living elements are birds, plants, animals, forest, fisheries, right? And these are, children, these are found our surroundings, you already know. Next, children, abiotic or non-living elements. So in non-living elements, children, we include air, water, soil, minerals and other natural resources. So after, children, understanding the meaning of environments, let's see what are the significance of importance. So significance means, children, what are the importance? Why do we need to study about the environment? What kind of role is played by the environment, and why the environment is so important that we need to protect it? So first of all, children, first and foremost important point is that environment offers resources for production. Children, you already know as the student of economics in cost of production, and we study different type of cost. So you already know, children, for any kind of production we need some inputs. Inputs means raw material, right? For any kind of production, for example, if you want to produce sugar, so you need to sugar cane. Sugar can be produced by using the natural or biotic elements, right? So if you think about any kind of production, so that production is only possible because nature provides us free resources as a gift of nature, we can say that. As I have given you the example, to produce sugar we need sugar cane. We produce cloth industry, we need to produce cotton. Cotton is natural, cotton can be produced using the natural elements. So if you want to think about the iron industry, so iron ore is also extracted from the earth, right? Copper, zinc, any kind of natural resources which you can think are given by the natural as nature as a free gift. So we can say that we can done the production because of environment provide us natural resources. If nature does not provide us natural resources, we can't do any kind of production activity, or we can say industry cannot be possible. So I hope you must understood why the environment offers what kind of points environment offers resources for production. Next point is, children, also very important, environment sustains life. You already know, children, there are 9 planets, right, including earth also. So except earth there is no existence of life on other planets. Only life is exist on earth because earth has environments. Earth has water, earth has air, earth has sun, earth has moon, earth has plants, earth has animal, right? These including all sustains life on earth. Think about water, and you already know, children, life is not possible without water. Think about the life about without air, right? Life is not possible without air also, and that air and water is important not for human being only, children. It is equally important for the all kind of creatures found on the earth. So we can say that, think about the sunlight, children. Without sunlight, life also not possible on the earth, because sun provide the heat, and because of heat, the green plants do the production of photosynthesis, and they produce carbon dioxide, which we use, not only we, which is used by the animals also for breathing, right? So we can say that environment sustains life. Next point is, children, environment assimilates waste. So children, due to the consumption activities, we create or we produce different kind of garbage, right? These garbage are assimilated by the environment. Think about the vegetable which we use, for any kind of vegetable which we use, whose peel is thrown or is created as a garbage, that is thrown, and that is converted into the manure. Think about the other waste material which we release after the consumption production. We eat food, and after that we release some kind of waste material. That waste material are converted into the waste, and that waste converted into the manure by the environment. So we can say environment assimilates waste. If environment will stop to assimilating the waste, so there may be a major problem. And already know that in the metropolitan cities and the big cities, children, there is a problem of disposing the waste, right? So we can say that, children, environment assimilates waste also. Next and last point is, children, that is related to environment. Environment enhances quality of life. Children, you can see that because of the increasing population, the crowd in the cities, crowd in the urban areas are increasing day by day. Life of people is become miserable due to the pollution, due to the hectic schedule of the life, or going to office, coming back from office, doing other kind of activities. So the life, quality of life is become miserable, right? So environment play a very important role to increase the quality of life. How? You think about, many often we have listened that during the summer vacation, either you or your friends' parents visit to hilly areas, right? Visit to like Switzerland, Himachal Pradesh, or like any natural tourist places. Why they visit this type of places? Because they enhance quality of life. After watching the rivers, after watching the mountains, after watching the greeneries, we feel pleasure, and when we feel pleasure, it increases the quality of life. We become happy, right? When we are happy, so our quality of life already increasing. So children, these were the significant of environment. I must know that you have understood what is the meaning of environment and what is the significance of environment. Children, two important points also I have written that are equally important, and it may be a one marker question. So read it and note down it. But before reading and before noted down, let me explain you what do these 2 points I am going to discuss with you. So children, first point which we will discuss is renewable resources. These are those resources, children, which can be re-emerged or replenished again and again, and this type of resources does not exhaust it after the using, right? And non-renewable resources are those kind of resources which are likely to be exhausted or depleted on use. So let's see what are renewable resources. So children, renewable resources are those which can be replenished and are not likely to be exhausted or depleted on use. So renewable, children, resources are those resources which does not exhausted or depleted on use. So children, here exhausted or depleted means going to end, okay, non-existence. This is the meaning. What are the example? Example are wood, and sea animals. You already know green plants are growing and growing again and again and again. Okay, so this type of resources cannot be exhausted after using. But children, the condition is that when we use the plants, we need to uh, grow the new plants also, because if we only start growing the cutting the trees or uh, deforestation etc., so one day the earth will become barren and there will be a major issue related to oxygen, and I don't think that animal or a human being can survive on the earth. So it is equally important. Sea animals also, children, cannot be exhausted or depleted on the use. You see that many of the fishers uh, catching fish on oceans every day, every hours, but still the availability of fishes are not going to exhaust or going to be end in the oceans. Similarly, if you think about the forest and greeneries, or we can say cutting trees, right? But the thing is that we need to take the actions to protect the environment, to protect the trees. The rate at which we are cutting the trees must be less than the trees which we are growing, right? So children, I know that you must understood the difference between the renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Children, only the difference between the renewable resources and non-renewable resources is that these does not existed, and non-renewable resources are those resources which exist. For example, fossil fuels. So children, fossil fuels means here is petroleum, right? You already know that for the next 40 year petroleum are available on the earth. Okay, after that petroleum is going to be exhaust or going to be end. After that we do not have any kind of petrol, that is known as fossil fuels also. So children, we need to reduce the petroleum use, right, so that we can save it for the future. So children, this was the introduction of the chapter environment and sustainable development. I also told you why the environment is very important for us. We also discussed about the definition of environment, and we also discussed the significance of environment. At the end I told you that what are renewable resources and what are non-renewable resources. So you must have understood. So children, that's all for this video. I hope that my videos are useful for you and these are helping you to clearing the concept of economics. So children, if these videos are helpful to you, please subscribe it, share it, like it, and yes, don't forget to give your comment so that I can improve the quality of videos, the quality of explaining the topic. So see you in the next video. Till then, take care. God bless you all. Thank you for watching the video.